Hello students and welcome to this video. Today we are going to be reviewing matter. In the classroom we already have a lot of conversation about what matter is. So let's start with the definition. So remember that matter is anything that has mass and take up space. So basically matter is everything that is around us. Your bed, trees, your books, your pencils, your backpacks, your dogs. Actually us, we are matter because we take up space and we have mass. So matter could be a solid, a liquid, or a gas. Those are the three states of matter that we already talked as well in the classroom. And we have a conversation about if air is matter or non-matter. So we figure out that air is matter because take up space and has mass. If we blow up inside of the balloon, obviously the air is going to take up the space inside of the balloon, right? And if we dropped the balloon, obviously it's going down because it has weight. So air, oxygen, carbon dioxide, helium, all the gases that we have in the atmosphere, they are matter. Even when the water starts to evaporate and turns into water vapor or steam, that is matter as well. In the classroom, we made some activities that we were describing some pieces of matter like a dice, we were describing a plastic token, we were describing a blue marble. So when we were describing all that matter, we were just describing the physical state of those items. So we can do the same thing with this golf ball. We can describe the physical properties of this golf ball. For example, we can describe the color. That is obviously is white. We can describe the shape of matter. In this case, the golf ball is a sphere, and we can describe the size. We can say when something is small, is big or large. We can talk about the texture when something is rough or is smooth or soft. In this case, so this item, like the golf ball, is rough. We can describe as well the physical state of matter. So we're going to be talking or reviewing more about the physical state of matter in a few minutes. But for example, for this ball, what is the question? So it is a solid, liquid, or a gas. So it's a solid. Okay, so you use all these things to describe a piece of matter. We were talking about the color, the shape, the size, the texture, the physical state. So we call all of those characteristic physical properties. When you are describing something, when you are describing matter, you are describing physical properties of matter. So if I ask you to describe this dice, so you can say that this dice has a cube shape, it's color blue, it's very soft, it's very light. So these are the physical properties of this dice. If I ask you to describe, for example, your dog, you can describe the color, you can describe the texture of your dog, right? Because those are physical properties of matter. And even your dogs are matter. So another question that we were discussing in the classroom is, what is matter made of? And of course, you already know the answer. Matter is made of atoms. Do you remember what did you learn about the atoms? So all matter is made of tiny pieces, tiny particles. These particles are called atoms. And do you guys remember that we were having the conversation of what is the reason that we cannot see the atoms, right? Because they are very, very tiny. Even with a regular microscope, we cannot observe them. The scientists actually, they need a special microscope to be able to observe them. And that microscope is called electron microscope. Okay, so if we have the chance to observe atoms using that microscope, this is how they are gonna look like. Okay, this picture have been amplified thousands of times to be able to observe the atoms at this size. So remember, if you take your pencil and you make a very, very tiny dot in one paper, the atoms are so much smaller than that dot that you made in your paper. So how do atoms make matter? So they have to join together to make matter. Just one tiny atom cannot do nothing because they are extremely tiny. So they have to join together in order to create matter. So atoms of a solids are very close together. We were talking about how the atoms in the state of matter are arranged. So in the solid state of matter, because the solids are solid, they are hard, the atoms have to join together. They have to be very, very close together in order to create something solid. So as you notice in this picture, we can see how the atoms are arranged. They are very close together. But in the liquids, the atoms are arranged differently. They have a little space between them so they can move freely. Something very important about solids is like solids, they have a definite shape and a definite volume. We can measure the amount of space that this ice cube takes up, okay? And in the liquids is different. In the liquids, they have a definite volume because we can measure the amount of water that we can have in a cup, but they don't have a definite shape, okay? That's why the liquids, they take the shape of the container, okay? The atoms of gases are different. They don't have a definite shape or definite volume. And the atoms of the gases, they are very far apart from each other. So because of that, they can move faster and in different directions. So guys, this is the end of the video. Well, but I would like to review what did you guys learn about non-matter, the difference between something that is matter and non-matter. Remember that example of non-matter is like your dreams, like your thoughts, like a shadow, light. Any form of energy is non-matter because we cannot touch them. We cannot they don't have a mass or they don't take up space. Like for example, light, like heat, they are non-matter. Forces are non-matter as well. Like gravity is non-matter, or magnetic force is non-matter as well. So I hope that this video helped you to review what we are learning in the classroom, and I hope to see you around here often to review everything and to review something that is non-matter but is very important to you, your knowledge. Bueno pues chicos, muchísimas gracias, así que nos veremos prontito en la sala de clases con Mr. Rosado y espero que tengan un bonito día. Bye bye.